Spotlight Maryland first reported this year about how the Baltimore City budget sent more than $16 million to BCYF, $7 million of which is then sent to the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. Meanwhile, BCYF's budget for grant making to local organizations was cut by about $6 million. Mayor Scott previously said he opposes the bill because it would prevent his office from utilizing BCYF funds like it did this year.
The bill right now has some problematic things for me.
However, Blanchard said that's not true.
It's not banning the city from getting the funding. It would just make the city apply.
A point seconded by another co-sponsor of the bill, Baltimore City Councilman Mark Conway.
They would actually have to go through a full application process and be vetted against the other programs that they'd be competing against.
Conway voted against the Baltimore City budget earlier this year, citing concerns about how the mayor's office would receive BCYF money. The councilman said he hopes to work with BCYF on the bill.
So I had a meeting scheduled with BCYF a few weeks ago and they canceled.
We previously sorted through thousands of documents obtained in public information requests that detailed how BCYF spent roughly $300,000 taxpayer dollars in total on trips for its adult staff and grantees to Austin, New Orleans, St. Louis, and Alabama.
You see what I'm talking about? Why do we not have audits for our government and or the entities that work with our government? Because that shit sounds funky as hell. I guess he's misconstruing, and it could be that he doesn't understand. You know, I like to give people grace. I like to give people a little bit of rope. Maybe he doesn't understand the bill, didn't read it a certain way, or whatever have you. Because these bills are complicated. Trust me. But they're saying, hey, no, it doesn't stop you from using funds. It just says, hey, when it comes to using it, you have to put in an application process, everything like that, because that's the proper channels to do this. And he's against it. And then not only that, $300,000 for his adult staff. BCYF is Baltimore City Youth Fund. Why is it being spent on adult staff? $300,000? Why is that not used for the youth? Why is it that there's always trips going to places that don't relate to your state and or city? What is going on with that? That's weird. Like I said, people need to be looked into.